Hey, it's a beautiful day in Casino Meister land, and man, do we have a bitchin' show for you today. Yes, sirree, Bob. It's been a long time since I've been able to get around to video. Lots have been going on, and tons of stuff. I've been quite busy with both my professional and my personal life. And the past couple months I've been in hiking in Iceland and wrestling gators in Florida, visiting my daughter and my first grandchild in Japan, and trying to hone my astrophotography skills whenever I have a clear night, which unfortunately doesn't happen all that often here in Beerland. Yeah, so as you can see, the weather today is shit. July in Deutschland, hit or miss. Today's a miss. So here we are again, and I promise to be here more in the next few months with podcasts, webcasts, all that good stuff. At the moment, we have relaunched our forum. This relaunch is the biggest in about a year and a half, and it's going to be truly a crowd pleaser, at least for those of you who partake in our forum. If you're not a member of our forum, you need to join, especially if you are a player of any online casino. The support and information that is there in our forum is mind-boggling. It's the liveliest gambling forum online with the most seasoned members. So some members have been there for 15 plus years.
Say what?
I've been a member there for 21 years. So if that's the case, it's got to be good. Yeah. Speaking of ancient history, Casino Gazette has just been relaunched for the first time in 16 years. Yeah, for you dinosaurs out there, you will probably remember Casino Gazette as being a radio podcast of sorts from around the year 2000 until 2003. I was one of the early podcasters back then, and the site hosted my amazing podcasts until around 2003 when these were switched over to Casino Meister, and then I bought the site in 2003, Casino Gazette, and it has been dormant since then. Now, thanks to a highly motivated team of professionals, it is back up and running. This will be your go-to place for casino news with the player in mind. News for players, operators, software developers, affiliate webmasters, and not just news, but webcasts and podcasts. I hope to delve into the archives and resurrect some of my old podcasts. They're pretty good, and they still ring true today. I used to talk about the same issues as I talk about today, like now. Current issues are pretty much the same as they were back then. Avoiding rogue casinos, covering your ass as a webmaster, covering your ass as a player, so on and so forth. One thing that has changed in the past 20 years is how regulatory bodies are taking over the industry. I always said to be careful what you wish for when it comes to regulation, and the way the UK is going, it's not good. All right. I remember a time when people were responsible for their own actions. If you screw up, it's on you. If your kids screw up, well, be a better parent. This is not true in the UK, where players of online casinos are considered victims of a flawed system, and that parents bear no responsibility for the actions of their children. Case in point, the UKGC. Right? It seems that this regulator has turned into a child protection service. I get it. Right? I get it. We want to protect the children and shield them from any adult activity, but this should be the job of parents and not the government. In my 21 years of experience of dealing with player issues, I've had my fair share of, my kids grabbed my credit cards and played online. Yeah, those type of complaints. I can safely say that 99% of the time, these kids were the parents scheming away to have their losses returned back. It's the internet, folks. When you play online casino games, you have a pattern of play that is pretty unique. It's kind of, it's pretty odd how all these kids were playing the same games and in the same manner as their parents. So it's bullshit 90% of the time when you hear about these sorts of complaints. And whatever happened to accountability? You know, take charge of your kids, become the disciplinarian, you know, that they need, right? Block their phone use against adult sites. Do your freaking job. Don't let the government do it for you.
For sure.
The source of wealth requirements are another thing, which is forcing players to submit their pay stubs and bank account information before they can deposit. I get it. We don't like hearing about how people, you know, bet more than they can afford. But what are we doing here? Right? Many players feel that this is totally intrusive, me included, and will bail from the casinos who are asking for these documents. The black market, right? The UK-facing casinos that are not licensed in the UK are freaking overjoyed about this invasive regulation, right? These regulations just push these gamblers elsewhere, and there's no way to stop it, right? There's absolutely no way to stop it. So, my advice, take a good look at what the results can and will be if online gambling becomes over-regulated. It's at that point right now. You know, visit a casino like Hippodrome or the Empire in London, right? No one asks for your pay stubs, and you know, and I've seen scantily clad women on some of the ads on, you know, in those places. For shame. Yeah. Well, it's summertime and we are celebrating 21 years of Casino Meister with the annual Bierfest. That's right, I tell you no lie. You can win 10 liters of delicious Bavarian beer or $50, your choice, if you are the first person to correctly answer this. Are you ready? What is this and what has it to do with Casino Meister? Please let us know in our forum, and there will be a thread there in the webcast section. Again, here it is. What is this and what has it to do with Casino Meister? The first one to answer this correctly will be the winner of 10 liters of beer or $50. Depends on whether or not you're in a beer-friendly country or whatever. Anyway, other than that, until next time, adios and be cool.